Hello, this is Connie, and welcome back to my channel. Did you ever buy something and then you said, oh, why did I do that? That's happened to me a lot. Let's go buyer's remorse. And you realize afterwards that you bought it, you thought that you wanted it, you thought it was good, and then, well, it wasn't. It was just something that, at the time you thought that you needed, that you wanted, but it's been sitting in the corner. Or maybe you said, oh, I spent so much money on that, and it doesn't really get much use. That's something that I think all of us have done from one time to another. But then there are purchases that you make that you are happy about, that some way enhance your life, and it's something that you put to good use. You see it and you say, yeah, that was money well spent. Well, these are some of the purchases that I or my husband have made over the years, and a couple of them have been more recent, where you look at that and you say, yep, I'm glad that I bought that. The first thing, and they're really not in any order, but the first thing I would have to say is our garden. If you've ever planted a garden, then you know that's an expense. How big of an expense really depends on the size of your garden, what you plan on planting. For us, from year to year, we do it at the beginning of the year. It's April, May, around there, and we plant flowers and vegetables. This year we decided to do tomatoes, peppers, jalapenos, which are peppers, squash. I think there's an eggplant in there also. And of course we have our flowers too. But all of that runs into money, because whether you use seeds or the plants that you're going to put into the ground, you also need to have the fertilizer and the topsoil. So it's things that have to be replenished. Certain things have to be replenished, or maybe you need something new. Also, things like this mint will be perennial, so they return every year. It's one thing you can count on. But to my husband and I, this is an act of love, a labor of love that we do together. And there really is nothing like bringing in fresh vegetables to cook with and to enjoy. So for us, that is a purchase that we will be continuing to do as long as we're able to and we enjoy doing it. The next purchase, if we will, would be vacation or travel. Something that I've learned recently is that even if you're retired, sometimes you need to get away. You need a little change of scenery. Oh, like this cute little seaside town. Anytime you go on vacation, it's going to cost something. Whether it's a plane, or for us it was just recently just gas for the Jeep, 4-hour drive to the beach. And it was a hotel that was comfortable for a couple of days. Also food and any other little expenses that come up. But for us to be together, to enjoy ourselves, to have a nice time, just to take in that beautiful sea air, yeah, that was worth it. That was worth every cent. You don't have to eat in a fancy place every single night on vacation, nor stay in a 5-star accommodation to have a good time. And of course, there's always the joy of coming home. Now, true confession time. I am the proud owner of 4 guitars, 3 ukuleles, and a keyboard that was a Christmas gift from my husband. All in the space of about, a little over 3 years. And that's because I've only been playing since the age of 60. That's a whole video by itself. But I assure you, I practice on all of them, and I enjoy all of them. As a kid, I really wanted to learn the guitar, but we couldn't afford lessons, so it was something I did later on. Now, I didn't buy all of those instruments at once. It was probably over the space of a little over a year or so. You kind of get the bug with guitars and you start buying them. And the ukulele came a little bit later. I will do a video on that one day. But then I started to learn. The way that I learned was through YouTube. You can learn a lot of things on YouTube. It's just been a real blessing in that to be able to do that. And I'm not ever going to play in Carnegie Hall, and I'm not going to be in a rock band at 63 years old. But you know what? It is a joy and a pleasure. If I ever get to play in church, that'll make me happy. I'll be happy enough for that. But anyway, that is something that I have bought, and it is a great pleasure to me. Keeps my mind going, gives me something really beautiful to do at my time. It's part of my devotional often. So I enjoy it, and I don't regret buying those things at all. This next one isn't quite as romantic, but it was suggested to me by my dental hygienist after many years of dealing with gum disease, and that is an electric toothbrush. Yep, that was a good call. And yes, you can get a regular toothbrush, which I use also. But as I said, as someone with gum disease, it has really made a great difference to me. And I bring it with me. You still have to, once you buy the toothbrush, you still have to buy the heads and replace them every few months. But to me, it has made a great difference in my cleanings and just overall health with your teeth, which is also part of your health. So anything dealing with your health to me makes a difference. So it was worth it. And speaking of health, I would live in my sandals if I could. But because the fact that I'm a person that walks a lot, that has also had problems with my feet, I find that a good pair of running shoes, and for me, those would be Asics. They're made well, they're durable, they're comfortable, and they're cute. And I can usually get them on sale. So yes, with all the walking that I like to do, and even hiking, sometimes I trust them even a little more than my hiking shoes. So those are a good purchase I don't have a problem buying those every year. Now this is a purchase that Bill made, but I've gotten to benefit from it, and that is pickleball paddles, which I'm going to add, I'm terrible at pickleball. But I love these things. Right here. This is the girl that was always picked last in school for anything that was athletic. I am not athletic at all. But those pickleball paddles allow us to have fun. We just have fun. It's something that you don't have to have a lot of room for. You can just, they can go right into the bag, and then whenever you're ready, you pull them out. And my husband and I have been enjoying each other's company as we play like kids. It's wonderful. So yeah, those are going to be something that we will enjoy for a long time. And last but not least, this is the most recent purchase, which is a Bible. It is a paper Bible, as opposed to the Bible apps that I've been using for quite some time now. Now, I love Bible apps. I really do. They're wonderful. They have a lot of little things to them that make them fun to use and interesting to use and helpful. But for a while, I've been thinking about getting a Bible that was not on a computer, but rather just getting back to basics. And while we were on vacation, we passed a Christian bookstore, which are hard to come by these days. And it was down in close to, I guess it was close to Myrtle Beach. And we stopped in to take a look, and didn't even cost that much. And it was purple. And it has the books in like little tabs to get into certain books, which even as someone who's read the Bible, for many years, I still forget where books are. So it was helpful. It was nice, and I just liked it, and I'm glad to have bought it. It's a purchase that I enjoyed. Piper's getting restless, so I guess I got to close up my video now. So that pretty much wraps it up for me with this video. I hope that you've enjoyed it. If you did, I hope you hit the like button. Maybe consider to become a subscriber. I really appreciate you spending time watching it, and I hope that you found it helpful. And until the next time, may God bless you.